Hello, scholars. You might have heard the statement hundreds of times. Mutual funds are subject to market risk. Read all scheme related documents carefully. I'm sure that you will be able to read the scheme related document carefully after the course. Okay. So let's go to the practical now directly. So if you go on HDFC AMC, there are more than 50 AMCs. So I selected HDFC just for demonstration purpose. This is not investment advice. So you go on the website and click here. You will get the investor services and fund documents. This is the page you get. Now fund, there is a KIM, that is a key information memorandum. Then scheme related is scheme information document and summary as well. Okay. So these are the scheme related document. So I selected KIM, that is this one. Okay. Key information memorandum. Okay. I'll explain word by word. So henceforth, you will be able to read yourself. This is empowerment, power of knowledge. Spelling full form of KIM is key information memorandum, in which now there are 23 pages. That means the important information is summarized here. Here you see the name of the fund, HDFC Large Cap Fund. As I mentioned, first name is AMC name. This name is family name or category name. Okay. So write down the words which I am trying to explain. Okay. First is AMC name, second is a category name, and third may be another in a description. This is one word: open-ended, equity schemes, large cap. So these three terms you'll have to understand. Okay. Open-ended means the mutual fund where you can invest any day of the year, you can exit any day of the year. There are close-ended scheme where there is only limited period where you can invest and exit. And there are interval as well. There is limited interval. But we invest only in open-ended schemes. So don't learn about close-ended and interval. So my approach here will be explain only relevant point and not important point we will not touch to avoid the confusion. So what is open-ended scheme? Open-ended scheme is the scheme in which you can invest any day of the year. That means any time entry and exit. Aao jao ghar tumhara. Second word is equity scheme. That means it is invested mainly into the shares. And which type of shares? Large cap shares. We are going to discuss category in detail later on. But here I will explain that there are around 5,000 companies, and the companies are categorized based on the size of the company. So top 100 companies in India are considered as a large capital company. Large capital means market capitalization. Market capitalization is the value of the company. If you want to buy entire company, you have to pay that amount. That means it will be number of shares plus share multiply by share price. Top 100 companies are large cap. Next 150 are mid cap, and remaining are small cap. That means more than 250 onwards are small cap. This is the classification based on the capitalization. Okay. Then you go here and find out what is the product is suitable for whom. So here, the person who wants to capital appreciation or long term. Okay. So I mentioned there are three reasons to invest. P, that is park, then protect and growth. PPG. So this is long term growth. When will you invest in this product? When you are expecting long term growth. So now, is this good for the short term parking for the funds? Answer is no. Is it good for the protection from the inflation? No. This is related to long term capital appreciation and the person who want to invest in the large company. So this is suitability of the product. Next is riskometer. Okay. This is the riskometer in which there are 6 categories, but mainly this you don't have to make life complicated. You can just remember low, moderate, and high. You don't have to really make 3 category complicated. Low, moderate, high. All the equity mutual funds will be in the high, because very high and high, it doesn't make much difference as such from practical point of view. So we'll call this as low, moderate, and high. This is the scheme. Scheme is means fund. Fund and scheme are same. Now to compare the return with some benchmark, okay. So Nifty 100 total return index is the benchmark. Forget this all the things because you don't have to go into that detail. So there is a index created by the National Stock Exchange of top 100 company, and for this scheme, this will be the benchmark. And what is a total return index? Total return index means it will include price of the shares as well as dividend paid by the company. So it is just hypothetical calculation that if company pays the dividend and from that dividend same company shares are bought, how much will be the then price appreciation? Okay, this is an index. Okay, so what you learn here growth, long-term growth, and risk. Then you go then you will find the name of the mutual fund. So this is the mutual fund name. Understand, fund is a different from the AMC. Okay, this is a fund name, HDFC mutual fund. Name of the fund. This is the AMC. It's the name of the company. This is a trustee company. Okay, these are different entities. Okay, what I suggest you read at least one scheme related document, whichever mutual fund you are having, search on the Google, find it out and find it out. Read at least once. Thereafter, you don't have to read every time because most of the information is the same. Copy paste. You don't have to read that well. So, but once in a lifetime, you read it. So you read this so that you'll understand few words as well. Okay. So scheme information document CD. Then statement of additional information. Okay. These are the documents. Initially, you may find difficult, but after the course, you will be able to understand better. So again, the name. Okay, this is what category of the mutual funds. We are going to discuss category in detail, so don't worry. Then you have to read objective. So as I mentioned in one of the place that investor plus instrument is equal to investment. So if your goal is long-term capital appreciation, then this is for suitable. Okay. If you go down here, mutual fund take money from us and invest into stock market. So here you will understand where they are investing. Okay, asset allocation pattern of the scheme. Schemes means fund. So what will they do? They will invest at least 80% in the large cap. Remaining, they may invest in other things like other stocks or maybe debt product or this is real estate investment trust or this is InvIT. These are related to real estate products. Okay, you don't go into that detail. Then bonds and all the things. Okay, so but mainly it will invest into 80% into the large cap. So this is just additional information which you initially you may not understand, but at least read the words. For example, here, and if you are really time, you can search meaning on the chat GPT for each word in a short description. Okay, the list is given where they will invest. Okay, thereafter they will explain how they will change the investment as well, portfolio rebalancing. Now, they based on their market condition or any criteria. Now, this is the investment strategy. What will be their strategy? They will explain. So there are some keywords you have to just find it out. Long-term capital appreciation, large cap app companies, minimum 80%, and rest will be miscellaneous. Then you go down, then there is a lot of information about risk factors. Okay. Now you say that mutual funds are subject to market risk. Okay. So now risk profile of the schemes. What is the risk in the scheme? That is explained. We will discuss a risk parameters separately, but still you read at least once. This document is available on Google. You can search on the Google HDFC. Each fund has the similar information. So what are the risk in the equity? So here it will be what are the risks. Okay. So now if you see that volatile, so there are some only keywords. Once you understand the keyword, rest everything is just fillers. Volatile means price fluctuation is the risk. Okay. You go here, liquid. So liquidity is another risk. So price fluctuation called as volatility, then liquidity, and there may be, this is called as tracking error. That means there may be a return which is different from the index. So this is equity related risk, mainly volatility and liquidity. Now here, as scheme is investing 20% into the debt and other products. So detail about risk in the debt products is also mentioned here. Okay. So what are the risks? Change in the interest can cause the change in the NAV. Then again, liquidity will be the problem. Okay. Where is the liquid word? So liquidity is another risk. Okay. Then there is another risk called as credit risk. If they involve, they buy bonds and that company does not make a payment where they have invested, then it is called as credit risk. Okay. Credit risk. Then there is credit rating risk. Okay. These are the keywords. Rest is filler. Credit rating risk, credit risk, liquidity risk, interest rate risk. Okay. These are the four risks in the debt products. Okay. Then there are the prepayment operational related risk. Okay. There are many fine print associated with some of the, are easy to understand, some are little complicated, but see, the words are coming repeatedly again. This liquidity risk, credit risk, interest rate risk, and so on. If you go down further, here is the another market risk. Okay. Now, what is market risk? Market risk is very simple. Write down price fluctuation due to the overall market. That is market risk. And it is measured by the beta. Write down these two statements. Market risk is the price fluctuation in this scheme due to the overall market condition. And it is measured by the beta. That we'll discuss later on. Okay. So that's it. These are risks. Then go at the plans. There are regular plans and direct plan. Okay. Both are the, though both plans are same, only difference is that the regular is via the agent, which will have a lot of commission, and direct is you are directly investing to the AMC. Okay. Next is growth and income distribution come capital withdrawal. Okay. So we don't invest in this at all. So don't try to read, don't try to understand. It is a waste of time. Okay. Where we invest into the growth plan of mutual funds. So remember, growth and direct risk, this is not relevant at all, useless. So write down and ask chat GPT, what is a direct plan of mutual fund? You'll get the answer. What is a growth plan of mutual funds? And remember that only, forget this all, IDCW. Okay. Then net asset value. It is the price of the one unit of the mutual fund. Now here some operational timings are given that if you uh, buy before 3 p.m., then you will get the same day NAV, same day price. If you buy mutual fund after 3 p.m., you will get next business day price. Okay. Now this NAV is declared only once in a night, that is around 11 p.m. Okay, it will be reflected on MP website maybe next day. But this is the process of redemptions, means buying, selling, or timings. These are related to timings. Okay. Then it is mentioned minimum application, how much is the minimum purchase order you can place. Okay. Then dispatch of redemption. These are operational related things. How buying, how to buy, how much time, when to buy. These are the operational related. Then there is a benchmark. 14th dividend. Don't read this. Useless. Okay. Then there is a information about fund manager as well. Fund manager name is as such not much relevant. People give too much importance to names, but it is not relevant. The reason is very simple. If they are very smart, it will be seen in the performance of the this. So that degree and names are not that much relevant. What is relevant is the data. Now this is a performance of the scheme. That performance we'll discuss later on. And performance. Then there is expenses. We'll have discuss expenses detail again. I'm just showing what points you'll have to learn in next coming few days. Okay. So expenses of the scheme. So whenever we buy something, we always look for the what are the cost involved. For example, when you register for the course, first you thought how much benefit I'll get and how much is the cost. So similarly, when you are investing in anything or buying, you have to see the cost. So these are the cost involved in the uh, process, which we are going to discuss in a detail. Okay. Now, again, taxation. We'll also discuss detail in taxation. Okay, so this is what NAV, that net asset value, write down. Net asset value is the price of the one unit, and it is declared by around 11 p.m. on the same day, or maybe next day it will published. Okay, and this is the information about key information. Little deep. A little more detail is mentioned on the scheme information. Okay. In scheme summary, you can find the whatever mentioned. It's in the scheme summary as well. For example, I bought here, downloaded one scheme summary. It's a 1-2 pages, so you can start with reading this scheme summary as well. Okay, so in which everything is mentioned, when was it started, what is the benchmark index, and summary as well. So this is once in a life understanding or reading. You don't, once you read one or two scheme related document, thereafter you don't have to read all this together. Okay, so what we learned today is growth versus there is something called as dividend or income distribution, capital withdrawal, which we never invest, open ended, close ended, direct, regular. Okay, so remember, we invest only in this. You don't waste your time to understand this. Then we discuss there is something called as category. Then we discuss the cutoff time. Then we discuss NAV declare time, and so on. Okay. Then we also discuss the riskometer as well. Okay. So read one or two scheme related document, especially if you are investing in the mutual fund. Find out the name of mutual fund and go to respective website and read this scheme, that is key information memorandum. Okay. Thank you very much.